And this song actually tells the story of an innocent young man and an evil woman. Yes. No, it's true. I'm telling you, that's what the song's about. I didn't write it. I just sing them, I don't write them. So those innocent young men and evil women out there, you know who you are. Just put yourselves in this song, okay?
Sounds pretty
Live
common
the
here
song.
in Paulson.
Yeah. And just a little hint, for you innocent young men. You don't need to put your hands up or own up to it or anything, but if you are looking for an evil woman, you probably should be, then you'll be able to recognize them during this song, because the evil women are the ones who do not join in with the chorus. So just look around you, And David, I forgot to mention on the first song, he's playing the Irish drum here, the ball run, as it's called. And it's made of goat skin, right, David?
Yes.
And, when we were driving here today, we did actually see a goat wandering around at the side of the road, didn't we? It's history now, but...
Here it is.
Yeah, almost. Okay.
Getting out the mandola here. This is a 1918 Gibson for any bluegrass fans out there.
Come single bell and bow, and to me pay attention. Don't ever fall in love, for it's the devil's own invention. Once I fell in love, we maiden so bewitching, Miss Henrietta Bell out of Captain Kelly's kitchen. With me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee, me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee. That's the chorus. At the age of 17, I was apprenticed to a grocer, not far from Stephen's Green, where Miss Henry used to go, sir. Her manners were sublime, she set me hard a twitching, when she invited me to a hooray in the kitchen. With me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee, me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee. And next Sunday being the day that we were to have the flare-up, I dressed myself all gay, and I frizzed and oiled me hair up. The captain had no wife, so he had gone a-fishing, and we kicked up high life down below stairs in the kitchen. With me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee, me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee. With her arms around me waist, she slyly hinted marriage. To the door in dreadful haste came Captain Kelly's carriage, her eyes soon filled with hate, and poison she was spitting, when the captain came downstairs and walked right into the kitchen. With me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee, me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee. When the captain came downstairs, sure he saw me situation, and in spite of all me prayers, I was marched off to the station. For me they'd take no bail, and to get home I was itching, so I had to tell the tale of how I came into the kitchen. With me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee, me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee. Well, I swore she did invite me, but she gave a flat denial, whereupon they did indict me, and I was sent for trial. She swore I robbed the house, and in spite of all me screeching, I got 6 months hard for me courting in the kitchen. With me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee, me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee. With me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee, me tooraloo-la, and me tooraloo-la-dee. Whoop! Thank you. Great singing, guys. Well done. This is a song or a tune that Stu brought to the band, and he's going to tell you a little bit about it.
Well, it's called The Boys of Ballastadair. I learned this tune from Kevin O'Kennedy, a friend of mine on the island of Maui, Hawaii. Unlikely place to find an Irish whistle player. But we used to play a lot of Irish music over there, and he learned it in Western Ireland in the County Clare at Willie Week, which is a big week-long festival over there. Brought it back to Maui, and we started playing it there. We recorded it over there, and I brought it to Molly's Revenge. And after that slip jig, we'll play a couple reels for you and get back into the fast stuff.
The last of the two reels we'll play at the end was written by an Irish flute player from Pete's neck of the woods in northern England. Wonderful flute player, Michael McGoldrick. The tune is called Trip to Hervey's. So take it away, Stu.
Thank you. Thank you, Bethany.
Yeah, another hand for Bethany doing the slip jig.
I lived in West Clare for a while in a little town called Doonbeg, right down below Milltown Malbay, where Willie Week was, that Stu referred to earlier. I lived with a flute player named Bill McNamara, and he taught me this Clare reel called The Road to Rio. And I was pretty excited about learning to come back to America to find that while I was gone, everyone over here learned it. So I'm kind of do that one my own way and westernize a little bit, because let's face it, we are in the United States of America. So I'll play it with a little bit of a western twang, and then follow that up. Stu here on guitar is gonna join me on the Mason's Apron, which is a Scottish reel or an Irish reel. Or no, what is it? Which is it, boys? Skyrish reel. Thanks, Pete. We're gonna play that one, and then David and Pete over there on stage left, your right, are gonna come and join us for Hold the Candle Steady Granny while I shave the chicken's upper lip.
John Weed on the fiddle again, folks.
Once again.
Grazie, grazie, grazie.
Okay, so this is a song from my part of the world, the northwest of England, county of Lancashire, England. Anybody ever been there? Lancashire, England? No? All right. It's kind of like the last centre of England, I guess, by the sound of things. But anyway, it's a great place to go. Not many people. It's kind of a hidden secret over there. It's a great place. It's first of all, the sun shines like 362 days a year.
Here he goes.
Yep, absolutely. You may laugh, it's true. And there are a couple of very long-standing ordinances on the books there which are of particular interest. And the first one is that anybody who goes into a pub over there and buys a beer, or any drink for that matter, is entitled to a second drink of the same type free. So you can drink twice as much for the same amount of money. I don't know why you're laughing. This is very serious to the people who live there. And the last ordinance is even more interesting, actually. It's left over from feudal times, in that 4 days of the week, any 4 days, all the wives have to bring their husbands breakfast in bed. Yeah, it can be any 4 days, it doesn't matter which it is. So, and that applies to visitors as well, not just the people who live there. So,
How are the tax breaks?
well, the tax breaks are a little on the rough side, but anyway. So anyway, this song is called The Lancashire Lads, and it's quite an old song. The Lancashire Lads is a nickname for a regiment of soldiers, the Lancashire Fusiliers, and tells the story of a young lady who falls in love with one of these soldier boys. And this is way back when soldiers were sent away to fight a war somewhere. Their loved ones were allowed to go with them. So sure enough, he gets sent away, and she wants to go with him, but for some reason her parents don't think this is a good idea. So this song takes the form of a little dialogue between her and her parents about this. And it does have a chorus. This is a very complicated chorus, so I'm not even going to try and teach it to you. But if you pick it up, just try and, hum along to it. It was last Monday morning when I have heard them say, the orders came this afternoon, we're bound to march away. For the Lancashire lads have gone abroad, whatever shall we do? They're leaving many's a pretty fair maid to cry, what shall I do? Said the mother to the daughter, what makes you act so strange, and want to marry a soldier lad, the whole wide world to range? For the soldiers, they are rambling boys, and they have but little pay. Can he afford a wife and child on 15 pence a day? For the Lancashire lads have gone abroad, whatever shall we do? They're leaving many's a pretty fair maid to cry, what shall I do? Said the father to the daughter, I'll have you close confined. You'll never marry that soldier lad, he'll be no son of mine. Well, if you confine me for 7 long years, and afterwards you set me free, I'd go and find me own true love, and I'll gain me liberty. For the Lancashire lads have gone abroad, whatever shall we do? They're leaving many's a pretty fair maid to cry, what shall I do? For me true love's dressed in scarlet, and he's trimmed up all in blue. And every place that he goes in, my true love is true. Well, we got sweethearts enough, brave boys or girls to please our minds, but we'll never forget sweet Blackburn town and the girls we left behind. For the Lancashire lads have gone abroad, whatever shall we do? They're leaving many's a pretty fair maid to cry, what shall I do? For the Lancashire lads have gone abroad, whatever shall we do? They're leaving many's a pretty fair maid to cry, what shall I do?
Thank you.
Pete Howarth.
Yeah, a virtual self-portrait of Pete's past. There, the Lancashire lad himself.